Okay, my name is Qualified, and I call myself qualified because I'm qualified to be speaking on whatever I'm speaking on when I'm speaking on it. And I ain't just subject to one qualification. So in this video, I want to talk about gangs. Talking just like uh just like when I was talking about drugs, it's four main drugs. It's probably more than that, but for the most part, four main drugs. These four main gangs, man. Bloods, Crips, GDs, Vice Lords. And they all pretty much come from the same place. So I want to start this out with we're gonna start out with gangster disciples, man. Let's type in gangster disciples. Look at let's go to Wikipedia. First of all, that's looking devilish. That's not what it was. I don't know what it was intended for, but that's supposedly not what it was intended for. It wasn't really intended to be looking like that. So let's get a few signs up, man, because signs speak to us. Let's get another gangster disciple tab up. I meant to mm, let's look at some images because I want to show y'all some signs. One sign, but I ain't talking about that. I'm trying to pull up the 6 point star sign. So before I go in depth on this, let me break a little bit down on what I know. So me growing up, first of all, I chose I would rather not join the gang because I don't like I said I don't do all that man this man that whatever. I ain't taking no orders from another man unless I'm in a situation that I have to. But for the most part, I'm not taking nothing from no another man. I ain't taking no orders from another man. I ain't doing nothing for another man unless I ain't gonna ride for you unless you gonna ride for me. And for the most part, ain't nobody gonna ride for you like you'll ride for yourself. So I would choose not to be in the gang because I'm self minded. Don't that don't move me. None of that scares me. None of that this that whatever. So boom. But I've been around it. I've been introduced to it. I've even had people try to put me in it. So I do know a little bit of background on it. Now I got family members and friends and stuff like that that's part of gangs and all this and that. So um they say gangster disciples, even though it didn't got changed or whatever, like you see the picture of Larry Hoover right here, was one I guess one of the founders of the gangster disciples, whatever. It went through name changes and all of the above. But like I'm gonna get into the Wikipedia part about it. But for the most part they say this is what I'm hearing, man. What I heard as a child. Gangster disciples obviously represent blue and this and that, and the vice lords represent red. And they say the vice lords was devil worshippers. 5 point stars. For 5 point stars, anything under the 5 point star, which is vice lord. I don't know how true this is to be, but as I get older, I see the truthness in this, and a lot of y'all can do this, do that, man. Y'all don't even know, man. Y'all don't even know what y'all claiming or none of that. So the 5 point star is a representation of the devil. Is a represent The 5 point star is a representation of the pentagram. The pentagram associates with the devil, with the goat, with the horns, whatever, all that stuff, the goat, this and that, all that stuff devilish, man. Um, that's relating to witchcraft and ritualism and all of the above. Like I said, signs and symbolism runs hand in hand and runs long and runs deep. Symbols goes back to the ancient days, and all of the above. It's a lot of symbols that's out here now and put on buildings and signs and stuff. And secret organizations speak through signs. Majority of them speak through signs, hand signs, body language signs, and gang signs. Gangs speak through hand signs. That's just the simplest. They try to make it seem like it's black and black people are dumb, but man, the highest of the high to the lowest of the low speak with hand signs. from the hot from the army, the mayors, politicians, all the above, governors, all of them, man, they speak through hand signs, body gestures, just like the gangsters, gang members, man, they throw up signs like this, that, they say that, whatever, whatever. It's getting dumbed down the further and further generations go, but they all speak through signs. So this is the 6 point star, whatever. Let me show you the 5 point star of and they don't really associate that when you say blood or whatever, whatever, man. It's crazy how everybody wanted to be a crip though. Everybody wanted to be crips and gangster disciples. Everybody wanted to represent blue, but it's like within the last 10 years, maybe even a little bit further than that. But I give it to like the last 10 years, man. It didn't switch to the red side. Everybody switching to the red side. Vice lords want to be gangster disciples, or vice lords want to be crips. I mean Bloods. I mean, yeah, Crips want to be Bloods. It's a lot of switching over, man. When that ain't even supposed to be an option. Ain't no switching over. Ain't no switching sides. But everybody gonna bandwagon. Everybody gonna go with the majority, and it's looking like the Bloods winning right now because every rapper, everything, everybody associated with Bloods. You ain't really hearing too many things about Crips. When everybody wanted to be the Crips and GDs was supposed to be the good side, and this and that, whatever, whatever. But let's get the 5 point star up. Let me type in Vice Lord and see if it pops up with the Vice Lord because a lot of y'all, I'm not a gang member, man. So y'all got the game things, rules, and this and that. Like I don't know, but y'all say that the Vice Lords and Bloods and all the above are under the 5 point star. Man, whatever, whatever. They all under the. If you red, you under the same thing. If you blue, you under the same thing. If you blue, you under the 6 point star. If you red, you under the 5 point star. Bloods is a big handout. Bloods is under it. Bloods is representation of the devil, devil worshippers. You can be devil worshippers in the gangster disciples, but it plays more. It's more devil worshippers on in the 5 point star side than the blue side. But there you go, Vice Lord, and there's the 5 point star, man. No matter how you shape the star, it's still a pentagram. You know what I'm saying? And you throw the hand sign up. Let's see if they got the hand signs on a 5 point star. Because when you throw a 5 point star up hand sign wise, it's upside down, sort of. Let's see. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself because I ain't seen that in a minute. I ain't seen that like that in a minute. So let's see. This is probably what it used to represent back in the 50s and this and that. But man, no, no. Probably represented brotherhood for maybe a good 2 years. But it wasn't presented to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, everything that's bad gotta show a little outlook of good. So, like, for example, everybody want to be a drug dealer. Everybody want to be the biggest of the big drug dealers. Even rappers that ain't rappers. I mean, even rappers that ain't drug dealers want to do drug dealer things. Like, you a rapper, you want to do turkey drives. Like, you ain't know what. But man, if you a rapper, first of all, what is a turkey drive? Giving out turkeys one day to a bunch of people. That ain't nothing, man. That ain't nothing. If you want to, and then don't publicize it. If you want to give back to the community, man, do something that's going to help in the long term and help people day to day, not just no one day. What's a turkey drive, man? A turkey drive ain't nothing, but all them big drug dealers and this and that was doing turkey drives. But that's what they hear about. They was doing more than that. Some was doing more than that. You know what I'm saying? But everybody want to be like, oh, I did a turkey drive for blah blah. What you, man? But like I said, for the most part, it's a gang, so there's nothing good out of it now. But gangs used to be good. Notice they killed out things like Black Panther. You don't really hear anything about Black Panthers. They still around, but they not like they were because they ain't as strong as they was. So gangs like that, you don't really hear about. But so boom, you got the pentagram. That's what you call it. But they call it the 5 point star. So here it goes right here. 5 point star. They got the like speaking in signs. I ain't even know none of this. Like I said, they got like I don't, but where does this come from? Where does this come from? If this is supposed to just be a local gang, and we supposed to protect the community. Where does all this half moons, 360 circle, the odd 5 point star shit? Where does all this come from? Who put this together? Nobody can tell you who's the founder. Nobody can tell you who's the founder of any of these gangs. They can give you a name, but the most of the time when they give you a name, these people are dead. They can't even talk. They'll be like, well, blah blah blah, or this and that, and they can't even talk. So for the most part, don't nobody know. Don't nobody know where these gangs came from, but the government know. Let me show you how the government know. In a real deep gang, in a real, if you a person like that likes to pay attention, man, you know where these gangs come from. If you're a person that lived around that and lived around these times when these gangs was at its highest and forming and starting, you'll be probably in your 60s and your 70s right now, late 50s, um, late 50s, early 60s, late 60s. You'll be in that age era when the gang started, 70s. You know where these from, and if you were friends with some of these people, you know what they were into and what this and that was. So let me just shed some light on this. Let me pull up the pentagram on a different tab. Now, I spelled it wrong, but pentagram, bam, bam, bam. Look at this. So you telling me out of all the things you could have picked, out of all the things in the gangster disciples got the supposedly got the Star of David. So that means it's supposed to mean good. They got the Jewish star, so that's supposed to mean good. The vice lord is supposed to mean bad. Whatever. Like I said, when I was growing up as a kid, I was told whatever, whatever, whatever. And if I'm gonna pick a side, not to go on the red side, you know what I'm saying? Because they devil worshippers. But you know, things get changed and whatever, whatever, whatever. But like I said, this is the pentagram, man. This is the 5 point star represented in gangs. You don't even know what you representing. They might be like, oh, well, it's upside down. Whatever, man, whatever. You can flip the star any way you want. That's technically not upside down. It's sideways. You know what I'm saying? You just twisted it a little bit. It don't matter how you put it. It's a 5 point star. It got 5 points. You can have it any way you want to put it. The 5 point star comes from the goat. The goat. Everybody using the goat word loosely out here. You shouldn't even be saying that, speaking that, using it loosely. They want to say greatest of all time, man. There's no greatest of all time. You just good at what you do. So, ah, but you know, people don't mean it like that. So when they say you the goat, they mean you good. But I ain't finna get no goat to no other person. I'm definitely not finna call no other man a goat. I ain't praising no other man. You know what I'm saying? You don't praise another man but yourself. And especially if you a man, you praise yourself. You don't praise no another man. So I don't understand. I'm going off. I don't understand how people can sit there and watch basketball, sit there, especially a man. I really don't see how women do it. I'm not, that just doesn't interest me. I don't see how you can sit there and watch a basketball game, sit there and watch a football game, sit there and watch a soccer. Number one, what are you getting out of it? You just watching, you can make anything entertaining. You can throw a rock and throw a rock and bounce the rock off the wall, and if you that bored, it'll become entertaining. You can make a game out of throwing a rock and smacking off the wall. Anything can become entertaining. But man, y'all giving all these basketball stars and this and that, whatever, whatever, football stars, all of this praise, man. It's good for the women. The women can do it. But I'm saying, man, what y'all gonna fight? Why you gonna fight over and argue over LeBron stats for? That doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? What? That doesn't even matter. So I've never been ever been interested in sports or watching a man run up and down the court, play games like this and that. Like that, it does not interest me. It does not interest me, man. It does not interest me. Wrestling, none of that stuff. It does not interest me. Like, why would I want to watch another man do something that I can do? And if I can't do it, I don't want to watch you do it. No hating, no none of that like that. But it's just like, what? I don't want, like, that's just weird to me. That's just weird to me. That's just weird to me. But Boom. This is the pentagram, right? Now, let me go back to the so-called good side. It ain't no good sides to this stuff, but let me go back to the gangster disciples, man. I'm gonna get on the Crips and Bloods in a minute, but I'm just getting on some stuff that I know. Like I'm familiar with a little bit of. I'm familiar with more familiar with gangster disciples and vice lords than I am Crips and Bloods, but they all under the same branch, man. Blue with the blue, red with the red. So let's get up the Star of David. Like this stuff is not a coincidence. Take it how you want it. This is the Star of David, also known as the 6 point star, also known as gangster disciple star, whatever. I don't know whatever you want to call it. They don't whatever. Like I don't know what they calling it. Well, whatever. Boom. You see the 6 point star, 360. When that other one just had 360 with a circle for whatever. Like it's more deeper meanings into this stuff than whatever. Anything is persuasive and look good to a kid. You can make anything look good to a kid. And black people make anything look good. So where I'm at, Star of David. This the Star of David, man. Star of David. So the so-called Jews of the world right now, the so-called Jews of the world, that's the Jews right here, right now, that's running this world where it is. Hitler was killing people that wore this. The so-called Jews. The so-called Jews. Hitler was killing people that wore this back in the day. The Star of David. Man, this stuff go deep. But that's the Star of David. So let's go back to the gangster disciples one more time. Let's see it. Let's see them throw it up with the hand. That's what I was trying to look for. Them throw the hands up with them throw the 6 point star up with the hands, with the fingers. I don't even see it though. I don't. Here you go, right here. He throwing it up with his hands. Look, that's a 6 point star. It is, but he loosely throwing that mud up. But he loosely throwing it up. Like he ain't got all his fingers connected. But you telling me that's a 6 point star? For the most part, people throw it up like that. People just close two pitchforks and throw it up like that, streetwise. But if a lot of people got education or whatever and they real hard, whatever gangbangers, this and that, blah blah, they're gonna throw it up hard. But let me show you something else. Let's get another tab up. This is the Eastern Seals star, and that's the woman's side. I ain't talking about that though, but that's the same thing. Why is it associated with a pentagram? Why? It's a 5 point star. Why? I ain't talking about that though. Stay tuned. Why? This is a 5 point star. One, two, three, 4, 5. Of course you would count that because it's the top. I said 5 point star. This is a 6 point star. I'm tripping. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't that look familiar? Doesn't that look familiar? Don't that look a lot like the gangster disciple symbol? Don't that look like the hand sign? If you throw if you throw the star with the 6 point star with your hand, you're gonna connect that. Doesn't that sounds? Doesn't that look familiar? It's two sides out here. It's two sides, and in my mind, man, that's going deep on deep. I ain't even finna get into that, but you got the 6 point star and you got the 5 point star. Why are they so closely related when they have nothing to do with each other? When they have nothing to do with each other. Why is that? Tell me that. Why is the 6 point star and a 5 point star when it goes now this is related. This Masonic Eastern Star stuff, that's related. The Masons is the men's side and the Eastern Seals is the women's side. I don't know what they do. I don't know what goes on. I don't know. But that's another gang. That's a family, you could say. They would say that they're a family, a brotherhood, a sisterhood. They would say that they're a family. But when it's dealing with gang life, street life, dealing with drugs, guns, prostitution, that's a gang. That's so called a gang. That's so called a gang. When it's dealing with low class, the Masons and Eastern Seals have class supposedly on which or they have class. What you would say? You would say they have class because they ain't out here. Most of the time, you don't even know who they are. You don't know if they're Eastern Seal, but most of the time you would because people like to boast and broadcast things. So you're gonna see the signs on a car. You know what I'm saying? Because people, it's just like I was just talking about the turkey drives. If you're gonna do something good, do it good. You ain't gotta publicize it. You ain't gotta tell everybody. If you're gonna go out here and have a turkey drive, wake up out of nowhere and just okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Like you ain't gotta have a newscast, no none of that. Them all that like don't be fooled, people. Them are tax write offs. Ain't nobody out here doing nothing for free. The rich out here, rich people out here doing turkey drives and stuff like that. Them are tax write offs. And if you don't know what a tax write off is, that's something. If I'm a millionaire, I gotta pay taxes at the end of the year. So if I give you $1 million, I write that off on my taxes at the end of the year when I file taxes and I say that I gave somebody $1 million and I got a proof and receipts of that. I'm not going to have to pay anything back to taxes because either I'm gonna overpay and I probably get money back for overpaying what I owe when I gave money away or whatever, whatever. But you get the picture, man. Boom, 6 point star, 5 point star. Question is, ask yourself this: if black people have nothing, we're gonna go back to the gang side now. Gangsters. I see the gangster. That's why gangster. Look at all these, man. Look at all these lost souls, man. Look at all these lost souls. Look at all these lost souls. They don't even know what they're after. They don't know what they chasing. Everybody say, "Oh, father," but man, I don't want to hear that. Not having a father in the house ain't gonna make you do this. Not having a father in the house gonna do two things. It's gonna make you be more of a man, or it's gonna make you fold. You either one or the other. You either gonna fold or you gonna stand up. And a lot of these, obviously, they're folders, man. They'll fold in a situation. They can't handle one-on-one pressure, man. Most men that's like this, unless they're older man, because most of the time older men then been in prison and realized things, and it took them lots of time in their life to realize what it takes to be a man. But if you're a young man and young person, and you a man and you stand on your own, man, these people can't take you on one-on-one. That's why they jump you and do things like that or whatever, because they can't take you one-on-one, man. They weak, they scared. So that's where gangs come from. Like, where do you think gangs come from? But sort of like the police, they can't take you one-on-one. They gotta have a gun. They gotta have a gang. But I'm not even talking about that. So, um, they all following something they don't even know that they following. I don't know Larry Hoover's thoughts or whatever, whatever. I don't know what Larry Hoover decided to do, but I feel like this. He wasn't just all bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? They make everything that a black person do all bad. And I say he wasn't all bad because I was reading some things about him and what he was trying to do. And I don't know what he did. I got whatever, but it looked like when he was trying to do some good and do good things or whatever, whatever, then that's when the government and the feds or whatever want to go after him and try to lock him up. When he want to set black men straight, when he want to do this and do that, now they want to go after him. But Um, let's read a little bit about the gangster disciples. And this Wikipedia, man. You know Wikipedia, how Wikipedia is. It can be typed and all this and that, but for the most part, we're gonna hope we can get a little. But notice this though: Crips and Bloods, Vice Lords, and Gangster Disciples all started around the same time. Oh, that's where I was going with it. Okay, that just brought it back. Before I read this, like I said, if black people don't have nothing, this goes back before crack, man. If black people don't have nothing, and crack is what brought money into the black communities before it was money in the black communities. Well, because at first people was just working regular jobs and factory jobs and this and that, trying to live an American life, still going through prejudicism, whatever, if that's a word, still going through racism. This, black gangs was formed around Black Panther era. The Black Panthers was the first ones that started on the black side. That's why they brought. That's why they was beat down and taken down and brought down so bad because they was doing things revolutionary wise for black people. They was doing things. You know what I'm saying? So Gangster Disciples and Vice Lords, Crips and Bloods, boom. They all started around the same time in the 60s. Don't nobody know when and where it started. Don't nobody know how and where their names came from, especially the Crips and the Bloods. Don't nobody know where their names came from. But if black people don't have nothing, right? How can we get machine guns, Mac 10s, Mac 11s, shooting out, shooting 15, 20 bullets at a time? How can we get that back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever? 70s, it probably wasn't really no guns out here like that. The guns didn't really start coming out to the crack era, but it was still guns slightly accessible. It was more fighting back then. But like I said, let me fast forward now. Let me fast forward to the crack era and things like that. Just as in now, current day and age, where how are all these guns getting on these streets if the gangs formed from nothing with nothing and nobody had no supposedly connections? These stars and symbols just came out of nowhere and we all here doing this, doing that. So question that. If you're a gang member, question that. You was going to meetings, question that. Who was the top of the top? Question that. How was he the top of the top? And what was he doing before this? What is his job outside of here? And if he was riding in a car that like, dang, I want to be like him, this and that, what was he doing? How was he doing it? Drugs just don't hit the neighborhood. Guns just don't hit the neighborhood. Informants just don't hit the neighborhood. Uh, Undercovers just don't hit the neighborhood. All these things, liquor stores just don't hit black neighborhoods. Liquor stores just don't hit the neighborhoods. They hit black neighborhoods. It's liquor stores in the white areas. I'm not even gonna say white areas. It's liquor stores in the non-black areas, but they ain't they like within a 5 mile radius. You may see one liquor store and 3 miles later you will see another liquor store. But let you go in the hood. There's a store on 17th, there's a store on 20th, there's a store on 23rd, there's a store in between 23rd and 24th. Like it's so many liquor stores out here. So, like I'm saying, all in all, what I'm saying to try to sum this up, why is everything to tear the black people down? Why is everything to tear us down? You got coons, man. If you a gang member and you done started this stuff, whatever, or however, you didn't know how it was going back then. You really didn't. But at the end of the day, if you was doing whatever, man, most of the time, man, all these people coons, man. They house slaves. They'll do whatever to try to go in the house and work with the white dude instead of try to help us get up out of here. You thinking, we might as well get used to working here. Like what? Instead of trying to help us get out, this man to go in there and get the gun and kill his own people before he help you and the other 700 people overthrow 5 white men. Why is that? Why is it that we can't put our it's because for the most part, I'm gonna tell you why. For the most part, black people don't believe the things they need to believe. They believe the unbelievable. Instead of you believe something that I can make sense to you, you would rather go and do otherwise. Because I don't know why. I don't know what goes on through people's minds. But it said that this gang was founded in 1969, man, and everybody know where it was founded at Chicago. Founding location Chicago. They say gang started in Chicago, gang started in California. It's a debate. Nobody know. They bang in whatever harder out in California. They take it more serious out there. But and then racism is a whole lot stronger in prison out there than it is Midwest or whatever. But what I'm saying is, man, just think about it. I keep going back on it because just think about it, man. This stuff is not a coincidence. Why is it a representation of these stars and this and that? And when they call these gang meetings for you and the rest of y'all non nobodies, for the rest of you 100 nobodies, when it's three high ranking members, or even more, 6, 7 high ranking members, and they got 100 nobodies in this mud. Ask yourself this: when y'all leave or whatever, and especially this was before cell phones and all the above. What are they doing? Where are they going to meet? And who are they meeting? And how are they meeting? How are they getting these these how they gotten getting these supplies to give out to us? Where are these? How are these high ranking members? Where do they work? Like what are their job? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what a person involved in. So that's why you should not ever follow a person. You don't know what a person involved in unless you want to get into something dirty. Gangs ain't nothing but dirty work. Boom. I don't even want to read that. I just wanted to highlight that so that this is not a coincidence. Why does this star symbolizes so closely to this star? And this is an organization. And this is an organization. Big organization. They everywhere. If you watching this with somebody, the person you sitting with probably in this organization. They're everywhere. They everywhere. They everywhere from the high to the low. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. And a lot of them don't even know what they getting into or they gotten into, but maybe they do. Maybe they do. Or maybe they don't care. Maybe they don't. But let's go back to the Vice Lords. Same, and this will say it was founded before. This say it was founded before Gangster Disciples. Man, nobody knows exact what time when anything was found. When it comes to stuff like this. So who's the founder? The so-called founder. And for the most part, when these people go, you got to question that. When these people go to jail, it's like, what were you into? For example, P. Diddy going to jail when he connected with all these people or whatever. It's like, what did you do? What did you do to go to jail? Because these parties been going on and they still going on. They gonna go on. But it's like, what did you do? Who did you make mad to go to jail? You made somebody mad. But at the end of the day, whatever, like, hey, whatever. Like, man, you don't even see who the founder is. It ain't even giving no founding person. It's not even giving a founder. It's not even giving a founder, man. But now let's jump to Crips and Bloods. So, what I heard is, and I assume this to be true, what I heard is back in the 80s. What I don't know what time frame, but trains is still running around today. And trains was a more of a reputable way of commute in freight back then than it is now. So I heard that the trains would come in and stop in the inner city and have crates of guns. What you think gonna happen to them? What you think gonna happen to them? People gonna get a hold to them. Well, why y'all ain't doing the same thing everywhere? It's like y'all don't. Man, it's a lot of deep history out here that people need to pay attention to. It's a lot of news that people need to pay attention to. So let's get into Crips, man. Let's type the Crips up. Let's see if they got a story. I don't even know. I ain't ever heard of that, but they all under the same thing. Like I said, the blue with the blue, red with the red. And let's get up Bloods, because I'm interested. Is the Bloods under a 5-point star? Which I would assume so. Don't nobody know where the Bloods or how the Bloods got their name. But just think about it. You red and you blood. That sounds devilish to me, man. That sounds devilish. They ain't got, let's see, do they got signs in here? Symbols? So the Bloods and the Crips could have legitimately been started by some people in California to protect this and that. Like, who knows? It could have legitimately been started like that. But American and got a hold to it just like weed. Weed was and is good, but America done got a hold to it. Now they weed ain't even like it used to be, man. It ain't like it used to be when I was a teenager. Weed ain't nowhere near the way it used to be when I was a teenager. And that wasn't that long ago. So, man, what else? Okay, I was gonna get up. I was gonna type in see if the trips got a symbol besides. I'm sure they do. Besides the C, I should just type is Crips under the 6-point star. But you can't. Of course, everybody blah blah. You can't take with the internet. Whatever, whatever, man. They knew where I was going with it. Yes, Crips used the 6-pointed star, also known as the Star of David, as a symbol. I don't know when and however that came about or whatever, whatever. Like I said, I ain't no gamer, but whatever. And they give all this to make this make. I don't know where all this. This could all be something from the Star of David, but they give you all this to make it seem like it's not bigger than what it is. And they got these dumb people out here, these young dumb people. Oh, the games will never be stopped. Blah blah. When you got a dumb state of mind like that, no, they will never be stopped. But no, they won't ever be stopped because they part of a bigger organization. Not only that, they can do better, man. If you can gather a gang of people to do some dumb stuff, do better. You just don't want to because you feel like doing like this and like that gonna make you look like this and like that, man. And for the most part, everybody doing this for women, girls, man. People want to act bad for girls. Girls claim they were like a bad boy, want a bad boy. Man, if you bad, she'll see it in your blood. She'll see it in your face, see it in your eyes. You ain't got to prove nothing. You ain't got to prove nothing. If somebody know you bad, you ain't got to prove nothing. Sometimes you may have to sit somebody down or do something, whatever, whatever, to let them know. But at the end of the day, man, people know. Somebody know. They know who and who not. Like what you mean? They know. They know. Only the weak ones fall for it. And being young and dumb and senseless and not knowing, you fall for it. But I'm here to inform you. I'm here to let you know. So, man, it's taking us back to the gangster disciple. Look, boom. Now let's go and see if the blood. Of course, the government, which is Google, gonna regulate this. Like, and a lot of game members gonna say, "No, it ain't this, ain't that, whatever, whatever, whatever." Like, I don't want to hear it if you ain't over 50, 60 years old and you one of the founding original members. But I still don't believe everything Google say. But let's get the our bloods under the 5 point star. And this video probably extra long because I be repeating and this and that. But at the end of the day, it's just to beat it into your head. Because you say it one time, it's just gonna fly by. You gotta say it multiple times if you want something to stick in somebody's head. That's how teachings. That's how you teach. I'm not preaching. I'm teaching. That's how you teach. You multiple repetitions teach. You're not gonna learn something by doing it one time or hearing it one time. You need to hear it multiple times. Multiple times, multiple times, multiple times, multiple times. Beat it in somebody's head. That's the only way you gonna learn. Multiple times. It say yes, the blood gangs use the 5 point star as a symbol, blah 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 blah. If the 6 point star is the Star of David, then what's the 5 point star? They won't tell you. Use your brain. Use your brain. Use your brain. It's not there for nothing. Use your brain. It's not there for nothing. It's not there for nothing. So this the part of the bloods, like they got lust. Of course they put love in it. I thought that said bloody, but it say body, soul, unity. Man, that's devilish, man. First of all, why you got lust in there? It's a it's a given. Lust doesn't sound good. You could have put it any other way, but you say lust. When you put lust in something, it's like I stay away. But if you would have put it in there in a different way, I probably would have. But an 11-year-old gang member don't know. He don't read. He ain't read to know what lust mean. When you say lust, it sounds bad, but if you say it in a different way, it don't sound so bad. But when you say lust, but lust is nothing but lusting over somebody. If I'm thinking about doing this to doing that to you, whatever, whatever, sexually, that's lust. It ain't say to act, but whatever, like whatever, whatever, whatever. Just trying to open your eyes and see, man. And he's don't technically, technically, when you say that's throwing the 5 point star down, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The point is down. But like I said, you can't point a star down. You can only slant it. That's the 5 point star. Dude right here, white dude right here, that's the 5 point star, man. That's half of the 5 point star. That's the 5 point star right there. Boom. Boom. That's the pentagram, man. My point exactly. You can put it like that and draw it straight. But all you gotta do is turn your head a little bit if you can't see it. And then once again, let me go back to the pentagram. Like I said, beating it in your head, man. Beating it in your head. Let's look at the symbol he just did. He just did it like that. His little finger was over, maybe like right here. Man, he just threw up the pentagram. Don't even know what you're throwing up. Like I said, you praising something you don't even know you're praising. Everybody think they praising gangster disciples and this and that. Man, you praising a bigger entity. Y'all are all little brothers. Gangster disciples, crips, bloods, vice lords, black disciples, whatever, anything in between. Y'all are all cousins to the brothers of Eastern Steels, Masons, them are the relatives, them are brothers and sisters to other big brothers, um, like Kappa Kappa blah blah fraternities, sororities. Them are all cousins and further relatives of witchcraft. Them are all the mothers and fathers to the demons. The demons put this out here, man, and it's just getting modernized in our culture, whatever culture it is. Fraternities was before it is. It's still out here, but it's not so big. It's big in colleges, but you don't hear people don't speak about it. But or whatever, a lot of people don't speak about things that they do. Just like a person not gonna tell you they went to a person not gonna tell you they went to a sex party, right? Unless they feel like you would go to it with them. But a person not gonna tell you they went to a sex party, right? So why should a person tell you what that person did with that person last night? Meaning, if a person ain't gonna tell you they went to a sex party, why should I know that you're gay? Why should I know that you're not gay? It should be a mystery. I don't know what you do in the bed. Cause you not if you're not gonna tell me that you went to a sex party, don't tell me what you did in the bed last night. Cause you're not gonna tell me what you did in the bed last night with who you did it in the bed last night. If you did something in the bed with somebody last night, they're not gonna tell somebody that they don't know, and they're not probably not gonna tell their friend. They probably not gonna tell their mom. So if they won't tell that, of course they're not gonna tell you they did it, that they didn't went to a sex party, whatever, whatever, whatever. But for the most part, ain't nobody finna tell you they went to a sex party. So it's like, if you're not gonna tell me when you went to a sex party, don't tell me you're gay or not then. Same thing with the fraternities, sororities, whatever, whatever. They're not gonna tell you they're in a fraternity sorority unless they feel like you're a part of a fraternity or sorority or whatever, whatever, whatever. These are secret societies. Gangs supposed to be in a secret society, but it's not. It's easily accessible. Somebody need to work. Man, y'all all worshiping. You're worshiping. You throwing up the 6 point star, throwing up the 5 point star. Even if people ain't even throwing the stars up no more, but you claiming these gangs. You giving these entities strength. You giving these entities power. And like I said, it used to be Crips. Now everybody want to be Bloods. It ain't no difference, but it was that thought of mine. You thought it was a little bit better because you at that state of day, the Star of David. A lot of elders, olders, but man, a lot of these young people don't know. They're dumb. Like I said, the government is dumbing people down and it's working. You joining something you don't even. You could be joining a gang that rape people, that got a history of raping people. They not may not do it now because generations change. But you could have you probably joining a gang that started out raping people and you claiming that gang when you don't even know nothing about it. You just joining it because your cousin in it and it look cool and he look cool when he can probably be a rapist. Like I said, they not nobody gonna tell you around here raping people, but man, you get where I'm going with it. So y'all giving these bigger entities things, man. All of these things are connected. They're not just. This is not a coincidence. 5 point star, 6 point star, and they all run down the line. This, that, Democrat, Republican type of stuff. Red, blue, like what? Sounds like what? What? Democrats blue, Republicans red, Bloods red, Crips blue, Vice Lords red. But they donkeys and horses and the Democrats and Republican. What? Wait a minute. Let me type that in. What? What? Okay, maybe I'm tripping. I don't know why I thought I'm thinking of a goat when I typed in a donkey. Okay, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Oh, I'm tripping. Dang, I'm tripping. Donkey and the elephant. Yeah, I'm tripping. Dang. But at the end of the day, man, they still red and blue. Democrats blue, Republicans red. So you telling me Bloods and Crips came from some black people when black people back then supposedly can't read and don't know colors and this and that? Like, come on now. I'm not saying that that they were. I'm just saying that's what America make it look like. So what I'm saying is, man, the government put this out here to kill us down. These are government infested groups. Who you think an undercover is? You may can get a job as an undercover if you if you good if you what if you man all these jobs going to the white boys because the white boys love to take us down and they love to feel like they're doing something good when how whatever. Let me stay on track. A black undercover gonna only get that job if he's sucking up in one of two ways. You one of them house slave type of dudes. Yes, daddy. Yes, boss. Yes, yes, yes. Or you sucking up, literally sucking up. Come on now. And you may get a promotion, but a person with a whatever. But man, these are government workers, man. Undercovers are government workers, man. So they out here putting these drugs out here. You buying drugs from a person, big amounts of drugs, 45 pounds of this and that, and you don't expect to go to jail at all, no time soon or none or at all or ever. Man, if you don't, you lucky. You're a part of the government or whatever, whatever. But man, for the most part, people that's putting these guns and these drugs out here, man, they work for the government, man. This ties back. Red, blue, red, blue, red, blue government out here. And I know people didn't heard it. The government is the biggest gang, man. The government is the biggest gang doing the dirtiest of the dirty while we out here fighting with each other, thinking we doing dirty, got us playing cops and robbers for some stuff that they're doing. They got us working in backwards. They got us working like this. One way, one group of people going like this, while the other one, I can't even do it. Like I can't even do it. It's a confuse up. Like that's how we working. One was spinning this way, when the other's spinning that way. It's a confusion. It's a confuse up, man. They got us working against each other instead of working with each other. It got to be some type of obstacle, and it's always gonna start with the black people. It's always starting with the black people, man. We attack first. We're the experimentees. They experiment on us first. But man, I can talk forever, especially about this. That's that. I got more to come. Whatever, whatever. And if you like that and was in tune with that, man, follow, subscribe, like, share. It's not that hard. Whatever, whatever, whatever. Man, you don't even gotta whatever, whatever, whatever. If you just know a gang member, man, share the video. If you know somebody that's in the gang, one was once was in a gang, fraternity, sorority, whatever, whatever, whatever. Share the video, man. Just share the video. But until then,